How's it going, everybody? Midnight's Edge After Dark. This is the Comic-Con Sunday wrap-up. Well, wrap-up, wrap-end, whatever.
You're lying. It's not After Dark.
Well, it's After Dark somewhere.
It's After Dark somewhere.
That's Toby Keith's lesser popular song. It's After Dark somewhere. I'm, of course, your narrator, Mr. Robot Shlomo. Coming to Shabby Road Studios with me, as always, Mr. Tom Connors.
Hey-o!
And with us is your favorite YouTube harpy,
The Red Demon. Ninja Harpy.
I don't have the camera on.
Valentine. She's a bullion. She's vivacious. And what's the other one you like?
Oh, natural.
Okay, that today, but that's not the one, but Au Naturel and daytime enemy winner, sort of. Mecha Random.
Oh, they just gave us job security for the next 3 years between Marvel and Star Trek.
Well, that's what we're here to talk about today, ironically.
Yay! Yay!
Where's my pen?
And of course, we're going to have more to say about this on the main channel, and Andre's got a buttload to say too. But yeah, so we're just going to kind of kick back, go through things real quick. We're not going to dive in too much. We'll let Mecha probably say a little bit more than normal, but
yeah. Because as for me, Andre's over here. Because as for me, okay, all right. Like, where do we start? Where do we start with all this?
Where do we start? Wow.
Okay, let's start with Picard. Let's start with Picard, the Picard trailer. Tom, what did you think?
I'm fucking exciting, and I'm stupendous, and I can kick ass like John Wick. I watched the John Wick. It's very good.
Oh, really?
Yes, it has the movie with the guy, and he fights with the gun fu. I want a dune buggy.
Are you going to get a dune buggy in this show?
Yes, twice.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Because you know that's what they're going to do. Oh.
No, let's get serious here now. I didn't hate this trailer. I didn't.
Of course.
I thought I was going to hate it more than I did. Of course. But there's some nitpicks. There's some problems. And there's some really cool moments. I don't want to give away too much off the bat. So, Mecha, you already did a video on this. So,
yeah.
Yes, that's right, Black Phoenix. Dune buggies. Dune buggies.
You know how many dune buggies there are going to be?
51.
That's right. And you know what's better than dune buggies? The name Dune Buggy, because it's fun to say. Say it, Rob. Say it.
Dune buggies.
Don't you feel cool?
Yes, I feel much cooler now.
That's
how
right.
Curious.
But yes, Mecha, how did you feel about
Excellent.
Excellent.
Well, it's better than I thought it would be, but it still is a mishmash of like two separate stories, it looks like, in a lot of ways. It looks like they did a few things weird. You know, it looks like they're going with this whole, we have to protect the baddest, most amazing, awesomest person in the galaxy, who's this chick. So Michael Burnham 2.0, you know, some amazing, you don't know how amazing you are and how awesome you are. And then they kind of hit you with all the member berries. Hey, remember Data? Remember 7 of 9? Remember Hugh of Borg? You know, yeah. And it's a little, I don't know. It's not nearly as bad as I was imagining it to be. And I'm actually, I think they got me. If they can not do what Discovery did and throw like 27 different plot points in an episode that don't make sense, and kind of keep it cohesive, I think this could actually be halfway decent.
You're asking a lot of them. I
know. It's like how much can we remove Kurtzman from this to let it be Star Trek? You know, that's the thing. It feels like Bad Robot is just getting in the way of it being Star Trek. And I mean, to be fair, to clarify, Secret Hideout, which is like a subdivision, a subsidiary, an association with Bad Robot. So
and
yes,
and
Yeah, Captain April, like they've written half the thing partway through. Yeah, that's what it feels like. It feels like they've got two different separate stories. It's like one story we've got this chick, and then on the other hand, now we've got the Borg coming back. So they're gonna bring it back, Seven of Nine and Data, which is great. I can't imagine them being in there for more than a cameo. There'll probably be a cameo in the first episode, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And we also know that Marina Sirtis and of course Jonathan Frakes. We also haven't figured.
Well, yeah.
You said and.
And what? Oh, I like the ding.
Yeah,
It means my hot pocket is done. Ooh, 5 hot pockets. Rob.
Volume down. Hold on, volume down.
Rob.
Okay.
Rob.
Let's see how that works. I just lowered it. Okay,
Tell
how's
us
that?
That is too loud, Rob. Tell us what you thought of the Pickard trailer.
I thought I didn't hate it. I didn't hate it, but still, you have that piece of gray matter in the back of your head, in the back of your brain, that's just screaming at you. How are they going to screw this up? How are they going to screw this up? How are they going to screw this up? This is all, it's like it's too good to be true. You go and buy a used car, and then you check under, and it looks good, but then when you get it home, you take a look underneath, and the subframe is all rotted.
Well, yeah, it's like the cupcake analogy I was using on my video. It's like we know that it's going to have some sort of electrical shock, but we still want it because we still want to love Star Trek, and we still want to reach for it. We still want to watch it and consume this, but I don't know.
Like
It's like, yeah, I just don't want to get shocked. Like, what precautionary things do I have to do to avoid the shock while I consume the Picard cupcake, right?
all the
It's funny.
Go
Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry, Tom.
No, no.
It's all member berries. It's all member berries. Hey, do you remember Picard? Oh, we like Picard. Oh, remember Data? Oh, look, it's Data. Ooh, you remember member 7 of 9? Ooh, I remember. Ooh, the comm badge from Nemesis. I remember Nemesis.
Yeah, and then Frakoff Felger Picard. That's a hell of a name, buddy. Says Borg Orphan is Picard's love child with the Borg Queen. It's funny you mention that. I said the same exact thing on Twitter and last night to these guys.
Well, I was thinking it was Data's love child.
No, she's too human. And it would tie in, and the timing's perfect with around First Contact era ish, to where it had been that many years.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, you guys are right.
Remember what Picard said to the Borg Queen,
She's
played by Alice Creed. She said you weren't looking for I forgot how he put it. Not an envoy or something. You weren't looking for a surrogate to assimilate humanity. You were looking for a mate or a companion. That's what she was looking for, the Borg Queen. So they kind of established the Borg. They do give birth to human children, and then they start cybernetic implants. Yeah, bridge between humanity and the Borg. Yes, nitpicking nerd. Nitpicking nerd is
what I said.
Hey, how's it going? Yeah,
How you doing,
how's it
Nitpicking
going?
Nerd?
How's it going, everybody? Yeah, he's got a good channel. Go check out his channel. He's got a cool accent too. So,
No, we can get him in here if you want.
So, yeah, if you want to, do you want to join us, Nitpicking Nerd? We'll
Got
have
either
you on. We'll send you a link.
Twitter or something?
I don't know. So while we're waiting for a response, Seven said the Borg do not reproduce in this way, so Riker was mistaken when he saw the baby. Well, yeah, can't right now. Sorry. Okay, no problem. We'll have you on another time. Well, that was like their first ever contact with the Borg, that they had the Borg nursery. So, it's they kind of rewrite the canon at times. They retcon certain things, but the whole thing with Jerry Ryan as 7 of 9, and Gary over Nerdrotic said this. It seems like they called her in. Here, read these lines. Put this implant on. Okay, all right. See you later. All right, I gotta go. I gotta pick up the kids from soccer practice. So it looks like she's just being.
They're just
brought
using her
in
to get us, because we like her and we like Brent Spiner, we like Jerry Ryan, we like Patrick Stewart, we like the Trek people, right? We even like, well, we'll get into that later. Like, we even like a lot of these new actors. We just don't like the scripts. That's the thing.
Picard. Captain Hare, $2 super chat. Picard's nothing new. On to Rob's Thor rant number 2.
Yeah, if you guys missed it last night, Rob and I did a kind of live reaction to the Phase 4 because Tom was at Cheech and Chong. So it's over on my channel if you guys do want to check it out. The whole live stream. It's got like 3,000 views on the entire live stream, which is crazy.
Cheech and Chong.
Well, Natalie Portman. Cheech and Chong. They're always awesome. Natalie Portman holds the record for the woman with the least amount of muscle tone on a human being. Dear God.
We'll get to that. Okay. Moving on with more Picard. There was things, like we said, we liked seeing a lot of the old characters. Data, though. We live in a day and age where you can use deep fake on your phone and do a better job than what they did. And I'm not the only one who feels this way. I seen somebody on our Facebook group make the comment that this is why you don't do this kind of special effects on TV budgets. And it's true.
Yep.
Yeah, and it is sad. You could have had somebody younger stand in and then just do the face over. You didn't have this weird combo between the makeup and the de-aging CGI. Looks bad. Looks really bad.
Yeah. Again, more member berries, and it's bad. Yeah, it's bad. It looks creepy. It looks bloated. I mean,
yeah, Data. I think they just put on way too much makeup on him, right?
Yeah,
his face is way too bloated because his mouth looks way too small. That's part of the problem too.
I haven't seen Brent Spiner recently. I don't know what kind of shape.
Tucker's old. Can't do anything about it. But
he's not old. Well, we'll see him. We'll see him in concert. We've got tickets for the Brent Spiner concert. So we'll see. What is he doing? He's singing. He's doing his Sinatra, his big band stuff. He's doing his concert.
Oh, okay. All right. That sounds cool.
Saturday night.
That sounds cool. Star Trek Picard trailer. Doomcock's got this still up here. I'm the most important girl ever. Will you help me get to Oz, Scarecrow? Delighted. I've always wanted to be a supporting character on my own show.
That's what I'm worried about. That's what I'm so worried about. He's going to be a supporting character on his own show that all these new yahoos are going to take over because he's not a spring chicken anymore. Let's face it. Patrick Stewart's getting up there. And, I love him. I just don't want to see.
Yeah, he did a lot of turning and looking in this trailer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Where there's action happening, but it's happening over there, not near me. Thank God.
I don't know what I would do if I had to fight at my age.
Yeah.
It's like I said, it's the same plot as Logan. It really is. It seems like it's the same.
Yes.
And that's the Kurtzman MO, steal something from somewhere else.
Yeah. The broken hero comes out of going for one last ride to save a special girl who holds the key to the future in her hands. I'm telling you, I never saw this Logan movie even though I was in it. They told me, they just had me sit in the chair and they put a bottle of scotch in front of me. And I said, okay, what? We're filming? What are we filming? Okay.
Where's my check and my dune buggy?
You can go pick up your dune buggy at the dealership, Old Man Picard.
And tacos. I was promised tacos.
Tacos. Get this man some tacos. It's probably the only way he'll be regular at this.
Pink tacos, if preferable. You know what a pink taco is, right, son?
Yeah, pink tacos. Mecca, get over here. So. Like I said, I am tired of the whole broken hero trope. I
Yes.
really am. They're doing it. I mean, it's an old trope. It didn't start with The Dark Knight Rises or whatever, but I am just getting so tired of it. It's in everything. It's in The Last Jedi. It's in Into the Spider-Verse. It's in Picard. It's in Logan. What? Help me out here, Tom. What else is it in? It's in Avengers Endgame with
Terminator
Thor.
2? I don't know.
Terminator 2 Electric Boogaloo. It's gonna be in Thor 4. We're gonna get to that. Don't worry. Oh boy, I'm gonna have some choice words about that. The broken. Can you do something different? Can you really do? And it's gonna be. And it was in Skyfall, and it's gonna be in the new Bond movie as well.
Oh, he doesn't even get his number. Some lunch lady's
Yeah.
running around with 007.
He said, and the whole thing about how is Picard, Joker 79, how is Picard broken? He retired, but like Kirk in Twok, in Wrath of Khan, he hates being retired. No, Picard is broken because he quit Starfleet after there was something went wrong. You know, you listen, if that first teaser trailer, he's not the same Picard as you know. You know, something's happened to him.
From what we've heard, it's supposed to connect to the Romulan thing with Star Trek 09. See, here's the thing also I noticed with this trailer. Everything that they're referencing is outside of 7 of 9 is something that's referenced to like Nemesis. It seemed like they're probably going to have to pull something out of that comic book because that's where the whole thing, I believe, with B4 being downloaded with Data's memories or whatever was done or whatever. Maybe they did that at the end of Nemesis. I can't remember which. But either way, a lot of this stuff is just calling back to Paramount movies, not so much the Next Generation series or any of the other shows, other than, like I said, other than her character showing up. That's really it thus far because Data blew up in the end of Nemesis. So
yeah. And like you said, you see the like I said, you see the nods to TNG. Everything is post Nemesis except for one thing: the Captain Picard Day banner that was actually in the regular series.
Yeah.
So they must have had to ask to use that, or maybe it's 25%.
no, they don't have to. That's what Andre said. They don't have to ask to use any of that shit.
Oh yeah, unless they're actually going to sell it as merchandise.
Yeah, and that's only certain things. Yeah, it has more to do. See, and that's the thing. TNG is full on CBS anyway, outside of stuff that's through Paramount. So it's like this. Yeah, again, it has to do with licensing, and there's no licensing. There's no. I want a Picard T-shirt out there, but there ain't going to be one probably. At least not unless you go through like the regular stupid channels of CBS and stuff. And it's like, I ain't paying $40 for a T-shirt that you had printed, like, you know, in someone's garage or some shit. You know, it's like
some back alley workshop. Yeah.
Well, and that's just what the problem is. All the merchandise they've had is the type of stuff that I forgot the word that it's called, but it's the type of stuff we could do. You just send out to this company and say, hey, we want a bunch of these with our names on it.
On demand, kind of like
kind of shit that you can just have anybody do. It's not licensed. It's not technically licensed. That's what I'm trying to get.
Almost like vanity press stuff. Yeah. Yeah. When you write a book and you want to self-publish it, you take it to what's called a vanity press.
Well, it's like how, you know, like Doomcock uses Zazzle and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. That kind of stuff. Yeah.
Well, yeah, they kind of print it for you as it's ordered. That's what they do on a lot of those.
Yeah, and it's not technically licensed. It's CBS actually having it done themselves. It's the same kind of shit where if you went in to go buy like the old late night mugs and T-shirts and shit like that kind of crap, stuff they have printed themselves and done.
Yeah,
for the gift shops.
Your Daily Show mug at the Comedy Central gift shop. Yeah.
Yeah, they do have a CBS. I want to say it's CBS, like a television city sort of thing where they show pilots down in Vegas at the MGM.
Oh, that wouldn't surprise me.
So they have like a gift shop there and stuff. We're gonna have to check that out. Go and spy.
Okay. Well, have we?
Well, we're going to talk a lot more about this on the main channel. I know that with Andre. Again, though, there's a lot of stuff in this I did like, but there's a lot of the typical generic sci-fi shit that we see in every sci-fi movie now too. That's the other problem I had.
The Kurtzman cloud is hanging over hanging over this. That's what it is.
I think Shaban did a lot with the reshoots. I think a lot of what we're seeing in this trailer is possibly reshoots.
I guarantee you they added Jerry Ryan and Brent Spiner last minute. Like that's my gut. That's my gut.
When did we hear about Brent Spiner? That was what? April, May, June.
Mhm. Yeah, that was
hearing rumors.
like 2 weeks ago.
It was a little more than that, wasn't it? Or was it during the reshoots? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
I think it was during the reshoots. I think I'm going to be willing to bet that they added them in reshoots because I don't think they were originally going to be on. And then I think they're actually listening to us. I think they're actually hearing what our complaints are that, do it like Cobra Kai did. You have to give us some of the old characters before you let us, before we can be attached to some of these new ones. Like every other Star Trek show had a launching point with some established characters. Every Star Trek show had respect for what came before until Discovery,
Yeah, well, that's just it. We want things to respect the past. That's what it's about. It's not like we want the same old thing over and over and over again. That's not what we're saying. And some people say, "Oh, you guys are just gatekeepers. You just don't want anything new. You don't like anything new." No. And this will segue into another part. One thing I'd be like, you know what? I'd actually probably be a little bit more excited for Discovery Season 3 if it was actually Discovery Season 1. And I'll explain that real quick. Here we are actually now where the show should have started before it destroyed canon. Now, if they would have started the show 1,000 years in the future from anything we've seen in Star Trek with an advanced ship, I would be completely on board with the show.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, that's not the case. We've already had 2 seasons of the show destroy what had come already.
Oh,
So,
and that's a good segue into the short trek. If you guys saw the trailer for
too,
that.
but yeah, they are filming Discovery Season 3 right now in Iceland.
Yeah, there's a still out there that we looked at yesterday. They've got a new cast member for that too. So I don't know where they're picking up new random humans 1,000 years in the future, but sure. Let me see if I can find it.
Hopefully
Mikey Spock is finding him. Mikey Spock is finding them because she's the bestest ever.
So we know that's filming. And then speaking of the short treks, like Mecca was just saying, and Captain April brought up in the chat, we have man-eating tribbles now. But we do get a little bit of good news. Pike is making a comeback. Oh, and here's the picture real quick.
Yeah, here's the picture from season 3 of Discovery that we have.
Why?
Very Firefly-esque.
Why does everyone in the future always wear leather? Long leather trench coats. You ever notice
I don't know, but I like it. I like the.
It's funny considering like a lot of it anymore is fake. You can't find real leather anymore hardly. Not unless you want to put your leg and have somebody destroy it when you walk down the street.
Well, and a lot of the real leather.
Animal killer. Yeah, that cow didn't mind giving you those shoes though that you got on your feet. Oh,
see, I still wear real leather. I don't care.
Most people don't realize. They'll sit there and they'll bitch about it, but they don't stop and think that they got a fucking cow on their feet.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Or in their wallet, or their belts, or whatever.
Well, a buddy of mine said to me one time, "What would cows be doing if we didn't carve them up in the roasts and jackets?" Because they'd be just getting fat, bumping into each other.
Yeah, they just stand around. That's all they do.
Moo. All right. What's okay? The short trek. I kind of put this all under one heading. The short treks. What the hell is going on with the short treks? You've made Pecker Spock look more like Sheldon Cooper.
Act like him. They're making him act like him. He's downright annoying. He is asking a million questions like a little socially awkward ADHD Sheldon Cooper brat is what I've turned him into.
And you have the H. John Benjamin as a mad scientist who's I think they're going to say he invented the tribbles. And the tribbles are killing people. There's a little girl eating tribble toast crunch for breakfast. What? Why are you doing this?
Because they hate us. It is because they can't give us something. It's like, I love tribbles. You can't do something without destroying it, without insulting, without picking and ruining. It's like Spock is not Sheldon Cooper. Sheldon Cooper is an annoying exaggeration of him. And if everybody just thinks that Sheldon from The Big Bang Theory is the representation of geek culture, then that's the problem with Star Trek Discovery. That's going to be the problem with Picard. That is the biggest problem with the Secret Hideout era Star Trek, is that they don't understand we're not the stereotypical, nerd culture. There was a lot more to it than that, and they don't.
Sheldon is more of a representation of autism.
Yeah,
nerd culture. If you want to be,
well, they already made Spock learning disabled.
Well, yeah, but I don't like this Spock, but I like this Pike, and I don't have an issue with number one. So
yeah. We do have a Pike short trek coming as well.
At the very least, there's that.
But did you see the very tail end when he's like, "And the ship is yours, Captain"? Who's he talking to? Who's he talking to? Who's he giving the ship over to? My guess is we're going to see in a short trek that they're going to put it out at some time when nothing else is on. So you have to get CBS All Access for this, and it's going to be Kirk. They're going to do something like they're going to drop Kirk on us, and they're gonna. That'll be the next thing we'll hear is casting for Kirk.
That reminds me of something that everybody said we're full of shit about, but notice the Picard trailer said that the show wasn't going to be showing until 2020, not 2019. 2020.
That's what I said. 2020.
Early.
No way they're getting it out.
Early 2020. They said, "Oh yeah, by end of 2019, end of 2019, early 2020." Okay, there you go.
So now they're going to have a problem of staggering Discovery season 3 and Picard because both are filming right now. Well, Picard's almost done though, I believe.
Yeah, I think Picard. They've got at least most of it in the can probably by now.
Lord.
Of course, then they'll have to spend the next 6 months on visual effects because they're idiots. In my opinion,
Old Man Picard, how long is it going to take? Old Man Picard, how long is it going to take for them to do special effects?
I don't know. They only have a monkey and a toad working for them, but they're cheap.
The monkey and the toad work cheap.
Yes, they do the special effects.
Oh boy, Lord. What about a hamster?
He's the rider. No, he's the rider.
Okay, good. And no wonder why he keeps going around. Yeah. So, but anyway, there is one more Trek thing we have to discuss too.
Yes.
We got for our first look at the animated series.
Oh, for fuck's sake, no.
Lower Decks.
Oh.
Let me see if I can get this.
More like Lower Decks, more like Lower Standards.
Yeah, I this to me is kind of beneath Star Trek. I'm gonna say it. I mean,
but that's the thing though. Under Kurtzman, there is no bottom. There is no bottom anymore. Just when you think that he's sunk as low as he can go. There you go. Okay, we find a whole new bottom. There was Lower Decks, Star Trek Lowbrow, Lower Decks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now this is supposed to be the adult-oriented cartoon. There's 2 cartoons because somebody brought it up in the chat.
Yeah, this is the one for adults.
And for everyone saying, "Oh, this is for kids. This is for kids." No, this is the adult-oriented cartoon. The Nickelodeon series, the one with the lawless teens, that's the one for kids.
What the fuck adults gonna watch this? This is like She-Ra. This is for like these 20-year-old woke adults who hate everything that came before them, who are like, "Oh my god, that's before my time. And I never liked Star Trek, but I'm gonna watch this one."
Morty, we're not on the Enterprise, Morty. Oh, geez, Rick. Space is really scary. Oh, there's like disease and there's no air. There's no air, Rick. There's no air. How am I supposed to breathe? There's no air. Morty, you're a little wuss, Morty. You know that, don't you?
No, you're just as brain dead as the rest of them that write the show. No, this is just beneath Star Trek. And just think about this, folks. We could have had Seth MacFarlane's Star Trek instead of this shit.
Well, we do. It's called the Orville, and that's...
I know. That's all this is an answer to the Orville But here's the thing: at least the Orville treats even though it's not real Star Trek, you could still call it Star Trek, and it would fit in, you know, and it would be more respectable than this is probably going to be. Just from looking at this, I can see how obnoxiously disrespectful it's probably going to be.
Yeah. This is like I said, it's all it is they said, hey, what's popular now? Again, it shows you where Alex Kurtzman gets his ideas from. Where's inspiration? What's popular now? And that they and they just like, oh, Rick and Morty. Oh yeah, we could do that. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, look, it takes place in space. Oh yeah. Yeah. That's like Star Trek, isn't it? Oh yeah, space, and it's a cartoon. Oh, we'll make a Star Trek cartoon in space. Ooh. So there's a little more than that, guys.
We don't want a bunch of adult animated cartoons where they're going around with the F-bombs and the toilet humor. I don't want Rick and Morty Star Trek. What is wrong with you people? What is wrong with you, Alex Kurtzman? What is wrong with you?
I wouldn't be adverse to an animated series about a crew on a ship somewhere, just as long as it's not Star Trek. It doesn't have, just as long as it doesn't have the Star Trek branding on it.
Exactly. That's the only way you can do it, is when it doesn't have the branding.
Yeah, there is sort of already a series like that. It's called Final Space, which is awesome. For God's sake.
Well, that sounds like it's going to be more serious than this crap. Here's a minute of Picard, or Patrick Stewart talking about Picard.
When we were shooting the last episode of the series, oh, here it goes. Jonathan Frakes and I had a scene in the captain's ready room. And he said, "It's been an honor, Captain." And I was supposed to say, "No, the honor has all been mine." And I couldn't say it. The emotion of saying goodbye to those 7 years was so intense. We tried again and again and again to get it on camera, and it was almost impossible. And I found, as soon as we began talking in the writer's room, that powerful emotion came surging back, and it's still right here on this platform, and it's not going to go away.
Well, I hope that that's true. I hope that the emotion is really there, that the show is as good as he's kind of saying it is there. I mean,
well, it sounds like he's talking about the last episode of.
He is, but then he's talking about how they found that emotion again now with the new show. So
yeah. I don't know if I trust them. I mean, if Kurtzman can butt out, I think it might be all right. If we can get the Bad Robot Vision and Secret Hideout Vision out, and they let it to be Star Trek, I think it could be all right. But yeah.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Now, Rob's got to leave soon, so we're gonna have to wrap this up soon. How much time you got here? So can we talk a little bit of Marvel, or
we got to hear your Thor rant?
Well, he's being distracted, I think.
Yeah, and if you guys didn't hear it last night, if you want to hear like the initial reaction, I do have that up on my channel. It's we start off talking about the Star Trek stuff, and then we kind of go into the live as it's happening Thor stuff. So it was kind of interesting. It was kind of interesting to see, okay, this is boring, and oh my god, you just destroyed the MCU. How fun.
Tom, do you have that graphic to put up? Yeah, how fun is right. Okay. We have we have basically they announced TV and
the Marvel. Yeah.
Marvel, yeah. Black Widow is going to be the first of Phase 4. Then we're going to Falcon and Winter Soldier. Then we're going to move into Eternals. Eternals is going to be July of next year. They're farther along than we think. Salma Hayek and Angelina Jolie are going to be Eternals. Then they go into Shang-Chi, Master of Kung Fu, for February of next year. which is February 2021, which is not bad slot for it. Nobody really knows it. And then, all right. Well, let me just go into it. We all knew they were going to make Thor 4, and they announced that Thor is going to be Jane fucking Foster. Congratulations, guys. You know, it was fun while it lasted. You people took a good, we can't, as Mallory Archer would say, this is why we can't have nice things. And for the people who say, oh no, this sold better, this comic doesn't hate it, people love it, no, they didn't. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. Okay? Nobody likes the series. Nobody. And the idea that you're going to bring Jane Foster and Natalie Portman didn't want any part of this. And the idea that Jane Foster is going to be Thor and you're going to Thor a guest star in his own movie is the most insipidly stupid idea I've ever seen. Now, you're thinking out there, okay, you know what? Marvel's bulletproof. I trust Kevin Feige. You keep rolling the dice. They rolled the dice on Guardians of the Galaxy. That worked. You rolled the dice on Doctor Strange. That worked. At some point, you're going to roll Snake Eyes, and this is your Snake Eyes. Who is going to go see this? Tom, are you going to go see this?
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Tom.
Well, I'll give you more context. My whole thing just crashed, so I missed half of your rant there. That's why I was quiet. But yeah, and there's two of me in the chat.
The people who are the people who are going to go see this are going to hold their nose and close their eyes as they do it. This is just the beginning, because if this succeeds, you know Riri Williams is around the corner. And this whole thing with Tessa Thompson, because if this succeeds, and the thing, I'm getting a feedback loop here, and this whole thing about. Okay, well, and this whole thing, Tessa Thompson, oh, I'm going to be the king of Asgard, and the king needs her queen. Oh, go fuck yourself, lady, huh? Go fuck yourself. Really, nothing's immune. Nothing's off limits to anybody. Really, this is never. Calm down, gather yourself, focus.
No, the rage is good. Use it. It's kind of epic. They just want to get rid of all the existing fans that they have.
This whole idea, and this was actually one of my earliest videos. They announced that Jane Foster was going to be Thor on The View.
On The View.
Do you honestly think that is your fan base? 40 to 50-year-old women who watch The View. Do you? Who do you think is going to... Do you honestly think the people who wait in line for an iPhone overnight, who shop at Whole Foods and drive a Toyota Prius, do you think that is your fandom? The people who pay $8 for a cup of gourmet coffee because it was made with beans that were fertilized by bat shit. And I'm not lying. That's the thing. Better Jedi, MCU is just trolling. I don't think they are.
No, they
I
can't
honestly
be.
think that they can. I honestly think that they can make this work. I honestly think that they see all the headlines. Oh, get woke, go broke. We're saying get woke, go broke. The future, they're seeing the headlines. The future is female. The force is female. They see. They're taking a look. Equal representation. And wouldn't have been surprised if they brought Megan Rapinoe on stage with them. They are treading on very dangerous ground here. Yeah, Milner is bigger than her head. That's right, Catherine April. And she set, as I said before, she sets the record. Natalie Portman sets the record for woman with the least amount of muscle tone in Hollywood. She looks like the hammer's just gonna drag her to the ground.
She couldn't even lift the damn thing. The prop one, she was having trouble lifting.
Those skinny little bird arms and that little Pez dispenser head. And you think I'm body shaming her? No, I'm not. Go take a look. Go take a look at the photos. She's shaped like a Pez dispenser.
Well, there's a reason why she played a ballerina. I mean, because they don't exactly, ballerinas aren't exactly
Yeah, they're not exactly voluptuous.
yeah. and they're designed to do that, and it's not body shaming to say that. She's built like a ballerina, not a superhero.
And no, they're gonna try to make her put on muscle mass. That's not gonna work. It's not worth her body type. I don't understand. I don't understand why you're willing to fuck this up. I really don't. And
girls are the ones who buy the tickets, right? Girls love comics. Aren't girls the ones who buy all the movie tickets and love comics?
See, here's the thing about that. Gary, now people say, oh, well, how long before Rob says Gary Nerdrotic? Gary actually was saying this. We got to give props to Gary because I don't want to take credit for this because he was saying this. Marvel did a survey a number of years ago. They asked, are you interested in comics? 52% of women said yes. Are you interested in comics? Not do you read comics? Not do you buy comics? Not do you like comics? Are you interested in comics? And they're taking that to the bank.
Well, here's the thing. A lot of women, though, will say, yes, I like that, which translates to, yes, I've heard of that.
Yeah. Right. I'll go off of what Mecca's saying here, and she may be able to help me with this. To me, comic books are the new sports.
Yeah.
Women, now don't get me wrong, before I say this, there are genuinely plenty of women who are actually into sports to be into sports because they're into sport.
Oh, yeah.
But there are a group of women who say that they like sports or into certain sports or whatever just to get a guy's attention or to feel like they have something in common with a guy. Okay, yeah. I know plenty of these kind of women. They don't really know jack shit about it, but they buy all the get up and stuff just to kind of make it, to attract that kind of guy, and that's all it is. That's what this new comic book thing is. And I think we brought this up before. They're making this movie and they do go see some of these movies. So don't say there isn't an audience for this movie because there is, and it is a little bit younger than you think. Yeah. But these are the women who are at their desks at work with the pop vinyl figures all across their desk to get somebody's attention. No, they don't read those comics, but they've seen the Marvel movie.
I like when you ask him who's your favorite character. I like X-Man.
Oh, don't even get me started on that. We got to get there too yet before we go.
So yeah, I have kind of these stereotypical fake
this whole thing. But this whole thing.
This type of girl, this type of girl, the geeks that have the pop figures all over their desks. They love all of this. I love this.
All the Tumblr art, and they got Tumblr art. It's all Tumblr art.
They have no sense of the history where most of that comes from.
Exactly. They love the stuff, but they don't actually know anything about it. And this is one of the things that actually bothers me about this is what bothered me about the anime K-On! You got some girl who's like, yes, I am a guitar player. I love Gibson and Les Pauls, and she never heard of it. It's like, no.
Right.
But that's off topic. But yeah,
aggressively relaxing and bringing up the Jane Foster comics. You need to address it. There was this is actually in the comics, okay? But the thing is with that run is they went from 150,000 sales to 70 by the end of it. What does that tell you? They lost over half of their freaking audience. That's what that tells you. And I'm going to be the other person on the other side of this argument right now and say, look, I trust Taika Waititi. I love Thor Ragnarok. I love What We Do in the Dark or whatever it's called, the mockumentary he made.
What We Do in the Shadows. I still need to watch.
What We Do in the Shadows. Sorry. It's hilarious. I like his style. I love his form of humor. I love Ragnarok more every time I see it. I'm going to give this a chance. Now, after the first trailer, if it looks shit, I'll be the first to say you guys were right. Okay? So...
Like I said, if I'm wrong, I'll openly admit it, but I don't think I am.
Because I'll be the first to admit, and I'm not even embarrassed to say it, Thor Ragnarok's in my top 5 favorite Marvel movies, if not maybe even top 3.
Damn it. Listen, guys, I got to split. People are calling me, and people are over here. I got to get going.
All right. Yeah, we're going to just cover few things real quick, and then we'll close this out. And then, yeah, we're going to have more on the main channel coming up here soon about this too.
See you
Stay tuned
guys.
for that.
See ya.
So, all right. Moving on, we've got, did he get to name most of the titles? I think he did.
Well, yeah, so we've got the Black Widow movie that we know is coming up. We've got the Eternals movie. WandaVision's a TV show. Loki's a TV show. Hawkeye's a TV show. This is a little disappointing that most of these are like half of these are TV shows.
Yeah,
What If is a TV
Falcon,
show, right?
Yeah, and What If? Well, that's one of them I'm kind of interested in, but more on that maybe in the main channel talk. But the thing I noticed here that we don't have is a Spider-Man 3 or an Avengers movie. Now, Spider-Man 3 is possibly something that Sony will announce.
Well, and there's other stuff that they've announced that's not on this list, like the
open spots, and then there was a bunch of other titles they announced that don't have dates yet. And one of those I knew about, and I'm pissed that I didn't get to tell you guys about earlier, but I do have a little bit of info about it for now, and that was Blade. They already cast it. I have an inside source on this. There's a possibility that this could be going more adult. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be an R rating, but the early rumblings I'm hearing is they're looking to adult it up, meaning that they're probably not going to stick to the PG-13. Now, this is supposed to be a movie as far as I know, not a series, which is another thing. We do have our Blade already, Mahershala Ali. Is that how you say his name?
I have no idea how to pronounce it.
I know. I always ruin his name, and it's probably real easy to say. But yeah, you've seen him in other things, and his casting in this also puts a nail in the Netflix shows. They are basically non-canon anymore, guys. Sorry to say that, but that's just the case. And chances are we're not going to see any of those characters for another 3 or 4 years or better. But I'm kind of excited about Blade. I'm hoping to be able to share some more with it about this with you. Okay, Mahershala. Thank you. I knew it was something like easy to say, but I could never. I'm horrible with names. I'm gonna have to try to remember that. Mahershala. Okay. But Doctor Strange is another one that was announced that I'm kind of excited about. I don't know if you've seen the first one.
Oh, that was probably my favorite of the MCU. It's Doctor Strange, probably. Yeah, I'm excited for the second one because I liked it while I was I think I saw it in Colorado on vacation before I came back. And before I moved back. And yeah, it was very, very, very interesting. I really liked that one a lot. That was probably my favorite of all of them because I liked a lot of the themes that they went with. I liked the sort of they're going from where the sort of transcendental meditation and I liked a lot of that. So
yes,
so many of these that I'm just not excited for. I think Doctor Strange is
yeah, there's no Avengers here. Okay,
I'm all right without Avengers. Like
besides Blade, he also mentioned Fantastic Four and mutants. He didn't say X-Men, but he mentioned mutants twice.
It's the New Mutants actually that they're talking about, I believe, because I saw somebody. We were actually looking at Joe Blow's Twitter because he was tweeting it out before anybody else, and he tweeted out mutants, but then he corrected with New Mutants. So I don't know if.
I don't know. The quote I read did not say new anywhere in it. It just said mutants twice. And I'm not okay. Now this is something you guys have to take with a big old grain of salt. I've heard rumblings that in the MCU they're going to avoid using the term X-Men. Now, again, don't take this to the bank. This is a huge grain of salt. That doesn't mean the X part is going to be gone. That just means they're going to try to avoid the men factor. To be punny there because of the X Factor thing anyway. But so yeah, they'll probably have a lot of X titles and they'll refer to the X-Men as mutants, not X-Men. So be prepared for that.
Well, and then they also announced Fantastic Four eventually.
Yeah.
At some point. So we're getting some sort of Fantastic Four something. The other ones, there's 2 more that I'm kind of interested to see why they didn't like give us, the next 3-year outline. Was Black Panther 2 and Captain Marvel 2.
Those we kind of knew about. Those
Yeah.
are not real surprising. The surprising part, though, is Monica Rambeau will be in
The WandaVision.
WandaVision. Is it one? Yeah, I thought it was the Falcon, but you're probably right.
I
It's
think it was WandaVision.
Yeah, she's playing Iron Maiden. Or no, Iron Maiden's going to be in it too, and that's God, who the hell's playing that?
Well, we have you can kind of see her there. She's in a yellow top and white shorts. You can kind of see her on the left, sort of under where it says Shang-Chi. That is going to be the girl playing Monica Rambeau. And I, for one, I think we need to start a fan petition to replace Captain Marvel. For the Captain Marvel 2, it needs to be Monica Rambeau, just flat out. Anytime
It'll
it's
probably
Captain
be both
Marvel,
of them.
it
It'll
needs to be Monica Rambeau. Because we were looking at pictures of her last night, and the girl's adorable. She lights up a room. She's, she's built like a superhero. She's got a little bit of muscle tone to her. She tends to wear a lot of short shorts, so I'm like kind of looking forward to seeing her in a costume. And yeah, I'm hopefully if we can get anything out of this, we can push out who is Captain Marvel. But yeah, I mean, this is a lot of meh. This is a lot of I mean, we've got 3 shows going over to four of them going over to Disney, 5 of them going over to Disney. These are all Disney Plus,
maybe
right?
either Disney or in theaters. Yeah, it's either
Yeah.
Disney Plus or theaters from here on out. And then when it does come to streaming, it's on Disney Plus. So
Yeah.
because the first Disney Plus one is going to get Captain Marvel, I believe, or something like that,
I
or
don't know.
Endgame or something like that. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, most of these are just kind of meh.
Yeah.
I mean, Eternals has some potential. Thor's potential. Doctor Strange, of all the movies, I'm probably looking forward to the most. The What If series has some potential because I believe that the plan is that they're going to use the MCU as a launching point, and people who they're going to have the stars actually do their voices. But if you're familiar with what the What If stories, it's always like, well, what if something went this way instead of that way? So maybe it'll be like, another look at what could have happened in Endgame if somebody had done something differently.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So those kind of things I'm kind of interested in. It'll be interesting to see what they come up with. At first, when I heard it was animated, I wasn't too excited because I was like, oh, no. Because the animation thing, especially Marvel, they have not been. DC is one place where they have kicked Marvel's ass left and right, is the animated movies and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So this I was kind of, man, I know you're not big on animation to begin with, let alone in general. So at first I was kind of like, that's one I'll probably ignore. But then when I started hearing that, they're going to have people come back from the movies and do their parts and stuff like that, I'm like, well, now I'm a little more interested. So if it's a what if of the MCU, then I'm definitely on board. So
anytime they get the original people in is always good.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying, because otherwise I wouldn't be that interested. Thundercats Ho, do you think they didn't announce Captain Marvel 2 as they didn't want bad press on YouTube to distract? No, I think part of it is just because they don't plan on doing Captain Marvel 2 until after Monica Rambeau is introduced and stuff like that. I'm a little surprised that it doesn't have a date, that it's not one of these on this board with the date. That I am surprised.
Yeah.
I thought it'd come a little sooner, but I have a feeling that the Spider-Man deal and a few other things, like them getting Fantastic Four and the X-Men into the MCU, pushed her back, because I think they were banking on her quite a bit if things didn't pan out one way or the other. But that's just me speculating.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. I thought that would be like the one they would lead out with, would be like Captain Marvel 2, but it's like, hey, you guys love this one so much because it made $1 billion. Well, where is it? There's not a lot that's really, really super interesting. Like the Shang-Chi one, I just don't care. Hawkeye seems like it's going to be the exact same thing as Shang-Chi almost, from what we saw of Hawkeye in
Shang-Chi that's going to be interesting of that is they're going to introduce the actual Mandarin, the one that we didn't get to see in Iron Man 3. So that'll make a lot of fans happy. I know that probably doesn't mean shit to you, but
yeah.
I
think it's just one of my little things. I'm like, I don't know how interested I am.
it's kind of, and I think Shang-Chi is kind of the Iron Fist apology tour. So
That's true. That's true. Well, for me, as somebody who kind of takes a step back, sometimes it almost seems like they're trying to make movies for China for a couple of these.
well,
That's
I'm
what
sure
I
some of them
think,
are.
yeah, but that's all right. That's all right.
Then again, you can also look at it as they're trying to diversify the MCU a lot
Which is
more. And that
which
was
is fine. I am much more on board with them going with like existing characters that are I guess, to use the word, ethnically diverse. That's why, yes, put Shang-Chi as a movie instead of
Blade.
treating out Doctor Strange
Yeah.
for Jackie Chan or somebody.
Right, and Blade is another one that was he's a popular enough character. It's about time, and I hope that I'm hearing things correctly, that they are going to go a little harder with that, because then that opens the door for other things too, more Deadpool down the road. I know they're interested in doing that.
Well, yeah, they would be stupid to. I mean, those movies print money. They're so well received by fans. They'd be stupid not to.
Right. Yeah, Hawkeye, I'm kind of interested in. It just depends on what Hawkeye we see.
I believe it's taking place during the snap, like during the blip or whatever. So
Yeah,
he's
I've
out.
heard a couple things. Yeah, like basically it's, and they filmed in Bangkok, so I'm assuming that reference to that Black Widow says something to him about Bangkok, so she might pop up in there. You never know. I'm willing to bet.
Possible. Yeah, so this is going to be, that one's basically a prequel, and then Black Widow's basically a prequel.
Most of these are prequels, except for probably the Eternals, Doctor Strange,
Yeah.
Thor, Shang-Chi probably won't be, but Loki's a prequel. WandaVision's a prequel, I believe, isn't it? Or
I
is
think
it
so. I think it almost has to be.
Falcon and Winter Soldier? I'm not sure about. That might take place either between. If anybody knows, let us know, because I'm not clear on that one, when that one takes place.
Yeah. I don't know. It's weird.
Oh, Budapest, not Bangkok. Yes, thank you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Completely different part of the country. Yeah, Budapest is in Hungary.
Sorry. Yeah, but I knew what I meant.
Yeah.
That's not what I meant, but yeah. It's been a long night, folks. Do give me a break.
Well, there's just been so much news dropping between like all the Marvel stuff, and I guess we do have some Orville news if we want to talk about it.
Yeah, let's do that. Unfortunately, Rob's not here to share this with us.
Well, 'cause there's some
Orville,
of this he hasn't heard yet, and I don't think heard yet either. But
probably not, because I've been so out of it. Season 3. Oh, we got £5 super chat real quick. Slash 11111 Marvel Studios proudly presents Phase 4 of the Hangover saga. It is kind of a hangover. It's like, yeah. We'll see what happens. I'm sure we're going to get some exciting announcements in D23. I'm sure there's a few things they're holding back. They're probably holding back an Avengers movie. We'll probably find out when Fantastic Four is coming. They'll probably announce something else. But there's got to be something else big. There's nothing big in this. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, we don't have anything that stands out like an Avengers or a Captain America. Thor can't be your big lead-in for this fucker, because that's 2 years out.
I think they thought that announcing, Lady Thor and Gay Valkyrie was going to be more of a oh my god, this is amazing showstopper than it was. I think
Yeah.
I think they are probably going, oh crap, what did we do? Comic-Con is where people are laughing at us. Oh no.
Oh, okay. Well, before we get to Orville, Black Guy Movie Review says Hawkeye takes place between Infinity War and Endgame, and he's training Kate Bishop. Okay, yeah. So there you go. If anybody was interested in that, I haven't been keeping up on that part, so I apologize. They should just drop Avengers versus X-Men and let the internet sort it out. That would never happen, but that would be awesome, Herbert Scott. So anyway, even 2OP, I'm surprised like maybe a Secret Wars Avengers movie or something would have been announced, something to lead up to, but I guess that the rumor is that they are going to be doing like 4 or 5 different little story arcs instead of one big Avengers story arc these next 2 phases. So we didn't see any Ant-Man on that list. There's a few other ones that were kind of just vacant, so it'll be interesting to see if they do announce any more in D23. So Hulu is going to be the home for season 3 of the Orville.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Boo I mean, it sucks because so many people can just watch it for free on Fox, but at the same time, who else really? Like, I was still watching it on Hulu for the most part when I'd watch it, or like if I had to watch it like last season, I think season 1, I didn't really get to watch it like right away, so I was watching season 1 on Hulu, I think, the next day.
Yeah, that's the only way I can see it because I'm a cord cutter pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, it's good that it's not going away. At least, I mean, I'm sad for all the people who just don't want to buy all the streaming services. At least Hulu was sort of decent. You know, at least I can catch up on like South Park and Hell's Kitchen and like more. There's more things I like on Hulu that I can just kind of let play in the background than Netflix, I think, because Netflix is something where, okay, I'm there because I have to watch this to review or whatever. But
Yeah, and Chris Persia, as far as I know, yes, it is exclusive to Hulu for season 3. Did they say how many episodes it was going to be random, or?
I don't believe they said so. Let me find the
Yeah, but so yeah, interesting turn of events there. I think Gary's supposed to be talking to Seth MacFarlane at some point here, so maybe he can get some more insight on some of these things, and we'll definitely be talking more about this, of course. I'm kind of surprised about this move because I thought it was doing really well in the numbers, but I guess it's doing much better in the streaming numbers, so it'll probably help make Hulu more competitive in the upcoming streaming wars, probably the way Disney is seeing it. My guess is they'll probably shorten it by a few episodes.
I hope they don't. I hope they don't shorten it because it's so good. It's so good.
I know, but they might not change the budget too much. They might have been able to find ways to make it work. I know there was talk of a lot of tax breaks and stuff like that for the show, so that might have helped. We've known now for a while we're getting to season 3, but this is the news part of this, of course, folks, is that it's going to be a Hulu exclusive and not be on Fox. So it won't be on Fox anymore after the season. It's going to be on Hulu only. So there you go.
Yeah.
Did you find anything else?
Well, the good news is there's a little bit of good news. So if you're excited, you can't get it yet, but there are some collectibles coming from Eaglemoss of the Orville, and they do like little model ships and things. And so we've got the Orville Starships line that was revealed at Comic-Con, and they're from Eaglemoss here. Let me see if I can screen share it. So this I'm excited for, as somebody who does like, I like the stuff, I just can never afford them. We're getting an Orville line coming in 2020 from Eaglemoss. But if you can't wait, there's some sooner news too, if you guys want it. That
Of course,
the Orville Interactive Fan Experience, according to rumors that I've heard, is coming Tuesday on Steam, which is basically, it's going to be free. You can wander around the ship. We've talked about this quite a bit here. Let's see if I can play it. Will you play? It'll play. We don't have any audio here, but
one thing while we're watching this, one thing to keep in mind about Orville moving to Hulu is they can get a little bit more adult.
Yeah. Well, and they kind of were anyway, though. But we can get it uncensored.
There's no restrictions at all. Because network TV is real restrictive.
Yeah, that's true. All right, are you gonna actually show? There we go. There's where we start getting into the sweet spot here.
We're not going to be showing this, are we?
Huh? No. They're perfectly. See, this is the Orville. They actually love us.
I know they do. But Fox and Disney are a different story. MacFarlane is a different story.
Oh, I know, but he's been really good about, anybody who actually wants to promote the show, they don't strike, or if they do, I've actually this is owned by Messy Desk, and they're perfectly happy to. Oh, there's a jar of pickles on the desk. There's a Kermit. Oh, I love this. Yeah, you can wander around the Orville if you guys.
It's VR, yeah.
I don't think you have to have VR to play it.
No, I don't care. I'm just saying it would be sweet in VR.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what it's designed for. These are the people. If you guys don't know who Messy Desk is, they used to be known as Stage 9, who made the Enterprise D virtual reality experience. And well, since CBS got all high and mighty and said, no, you can't do this, even though it's free, Thanks a lot, Axonar, for ruining fan films for everybody. But yeah, so Messy Desk switched focus over to the Orville, and the Orville is very cooperative. The Orville's approving fan films. The Orville's, doing all kinds of amazing things, and they're in full support of people loving their property. So that's why we have this virtual reality experience, and I don't believe you have to have virtual reality to play it. You can just go and stick it in your wish list on Steam. I'll give you guys a link. It looks freaking amazing. We talked about this when they dropped the trailer, a few months back. Yeah, this just looks fun. This looks amazing. And I'm excited. So no, they're not. This isn't like CBS. They actually appreciate it when fans love their property, and I'm super.
I stress it's more Seth MacFarlane than Fox or Disney, but
that's
again,
true.
that's because did you see he had the Mr. Potato Head shit out of say?
Oh, somebody's got a Santa hat. Somebody's got a.
Is that Bortus?
I think so. I think you have Bortus the Santa hat there. Oh, there's the K-Mons. Oh, they're getting somebody.
Oh.
They got the red alert.
Season 3. This is one of the shows like Cobra Kai that I'm genuinely, excited for. Because I watch, let's face it, I'll be honest, I watch a lot of stuff for the channel anymore. It's like, if I had a choice to quit watching it, and if it wasn't for the channel, I wouldn't watch it.
Yaffet. You can poke Yaffet too in this.
But this is one of those shows that I just genuinely love. So
yeah, it's so good. It's so good. It's because it's Star Trek now. This gets absolutely everything right. And you can have a little bit of an adult theme, but as long as you get like the heart of the show right, and you're not just saying a bunch of fart jokes and dick jokes just for the joke. And I think that's what they're going to get wrong on Lower Decks, and I think that's exactly what they're going to get right on the Orville. I don't need I don't need some crappy Star Trek ripoff of the Orville in animated form. We already have the Orville,
and I don't even think it's going to be it's not even going to be in the same. It's not even going to have the same quality. The Orville is so good. And this is one thing we're talking about in the chat right now. Again, to reiterate, they can go wherever they want to with it being on Hulu and not have to worry about the network restrictions. Now, do I think they're going to just start dropping F-bombs and get naked? No. But as like Sean Strife pointed out, they can tackle even more taboo issues than they could on network TV and some other things too, that they don't have to worry about the handcuffs. Mm-hmm. And again, I stress, some people don't realize how nannied network TV is compared to cable, and obviously we're used to being for such a free-for-all with streaming and the internet. So
this looks amazing, and look at all the detail, all the attention to detail they gave us. It's like no wonder they're giving they're nominated for Emmys, right? I'm so excited. I'm so excited that we get something good. Yeah. So that's coming. That should be here Tuesday. If you don't have Steam, it's a free app. It's kind of like iTunes.
It's Tuesday already. Wow.
That's what I'm hearing. I'll have to double check and see if they're actually, because according to the Steam page, it doesn't have a release date yet. But it's going to have cross-platform multiplayer. It's going to have online multiplayer. So we will be playing this. Absolutely. It doesn't look like you have to have a VR headset even. Yeah, we're definitely, if you guys want us to load this up for the next game night, we'll definitely do it.
And we'll see what we can do here.
As long as Rob has better internet by then.
So yeah, was there anything else as far as Comic-Con goes that we needed to cover right off the bat, or?
I'm trying to remember. Well, the Dark Crystal, if you want to talk about the
I didn't see the new trailer yet, but I do know they dropped one. I just haven't had a chance to sit down and watch it. But you did, I'm sure.
Yeah, actually, you can probably play it if you wanted to. It's kind of like it's a little 2-minute behind the scenes thing, and then you've got a new trailer, and they just show a lot of the behind the scenes stuff with the puppetry and a lot of the, they're using a little bit of computer animation in the background.
Oh, I did see that. I did see bits of that. So actually, I think I did see that. I thought it was a whole trailer.
Well, yeah, it's got that and like
one shot I seen where the puppets jumping around and stuff. That was kind of cool because it jumps from one side to the other and it didn't look bad. That's what I'm talking about. If you can use it when you only have to use it, and the Henson guys know how to do this stuff because they've done this stuff for years, and that's one thing that Jim Henson's always been well known for is his ability to do practical effects and seamless practical effects. Basically, I mean. and they're carrying that on that tradition, even if it is with a little cheating with computers. I can forgive that. This looks exciting. I'm excited for this, even though I'm a bit more of a Labyrinth person. I know you're more of a Dark Crystal person, so
Yeah, that was the one I loved
a
as
lot.
a kid. Yeah. I'm intrigued. I didn't realize that Simon Pegg was playing Chamberlain. And yeah, because that
They got
whimper
like
he
an
does,
all-star cast. They got what's his face who played Elton John in it. Hey, Mary.
they have Mark Hamill's in this.
Yeah,
God,
that's the only
just
one I'm trying to think of.
so many amazing, talented. I think Natalie Dormer, I want to say from Game of Thrones, might be in this. Somebody from Game of Thrones was, I believe. I can't remember exactly who. Just so many of these people who are just, I think, very talented voice actors. So yeah, here's the trailer if you want to play.
We can
It's not
probably
really.
play a little bit of it, but I don't want to get too.
Yeah, you can probably do a couple of screen shares, screen grabs, but you see they're all puppets. All the Gelflings are practical effects puppets.
Yeah, I don't want to get too much of it, but I'll show a little bit here.
And the mystics are puppets. It's just everything.
Then people can check it out if they want. We'll just put the link in the chat. But yeah, it looks. I seen this one. This is one I seen. Yeah,
Yeah, this is the newest one from
yeah.
the 19th.
Yeah, I thought there was an actual trailer.
Yeah, there is this at the end.
Oh.
Yeah,
Well, I
it's like a
seen,
minute.
I seen this bit, but I thought there was like a whole nother full on. But when does this start again? This starts real soon, don't it?
August 30th, I believe. Now look at how amazing these. This just looks like seeing behind the scenes stuff from the Dark Crystal DVD, like from the movie from the 80s.
Yeah, and it's kind of cool you bring that up. I'm gonna stop this now just so we don't get in trouble.
Yeah.
I don't watch a lot of new movie special features, and I'm a special feature freak. I love, as many special features as you can pile into a Blu-ray. Yeah. The new movies, though, I don't normally care. Why? Because it's normally just a bunch of people sitting in front of a green screen just talking, saying, yeah, it was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was fun. Yeah, we showed up and we went home. There's nothing to talk about. These older movies, though, where you actually get into like this, like they were just shown with the practical effects and the building of the sets and all the, ins and outs. That's the stuff that I love to see. And anymore, this is the stuff we're missing in movies.
Well, what's so amazing about this Dark Crystal thing? Like they're showing people building and sculpting the puppets and going in with needles, hand placing hairs inside the puppets for hair. That's what's so much more fascinating than just, I typed two things and added a hair texture. I don't care how movies are made anymore when they're all computers and digital and they're all green screen. And, you see like these behind the scenes shots of like Endgame, for example, and it's just a bunch of people in these tight green screen suits with all the motion tracking. That's not even interesting anymore. They're
not even filmed at the same time most of the time anymore. Have you noticed that too?
Yeah.
Like I remember talking in the Avengers thing, they're like talking about, all we had, these people filming here and there all over the fucking world just so they could get all these people in the movie at the same time. Yeah, you're right. They're just a bunch of people running in green pajamas in front of a green screen.
Yep. And it doesn't have any heart or soul. Like this stuff. You see people who are, wardrobe people with costumes and stuff. They're actually building and sewing costumes for the puppets to wear. You're seeing like right here, you're seeing people actually, building the robotic skeleton arm here of the hands of the puppet. Right here, they're doing the eyebrow detail on a Skeksis here. This is amazing sort of stuff. This is what I like seeing because you can see you have passion. You have people building these things. They're physically there. That's something you don't get to see a lot with the green screen because so many of these textures just blend in. Your eye notices that it's all CG. Your eye can tell if something is physically there on screen. And it's just so, it's gorgeous. It looks exactly like the Dark Crystal. All these behind the scene things remind me of watching the special features on my DVD of the 80s film. This is nostalgia. This is respect for the franchise. They're bringing it in. This is all, you can tell this is all like modern technology still, mixed with so much. You can see there's some CG here. You can definitely see they've added the fire, they've added that you can see it. But when you go through, oh my god, I saw Fizzgig for a second. You got Fizzgig. I love him so much. You know, he's actually there. He's actually a little furball with teeth. He's not just a CG character. And you can actually pick him up and hug him and pet him and stuff. And that's what I love. You know, even there's a couple of little weird CG shots of like a Lance Strider here and there, or a Gartham or something. But for the most part, they're really doing a good blending of old and new. And I'm super excited.
Yeah, me too. I'm looking forward to that one. There's some good stuff coming up. You know, there's some.
Yeah, we have
Some-
a few. We've got Orville, we've got Dark Crystal, August 30th on Netflix. I'm gonna have to get Netflix by then.
Yeah, that or I'll fix you up.
Because this is something we need to do. We should do like reviews of. Hopefully, we'll get it a weekly thing, and they won't just drop the entire thing.
I don't know about Netflix, but yeah, I think they drop them all at once.
Yeah, my gut is saying it's gonna be the whole thing. I'm stoked. I'm excited. They have a video game coming as well. All right, like right here, you can see a little of the CGI. You can definitely see they've got like a CGI monster here, like a tentacle monster or something.
Yeah, but at least it's still in the spirit of a Henson creature.
Yes, you can see the puppets reacting to it.
Well,
Yeah.
and it's used sparingly. It's not the entire thing. It's not everything. You can see that they built the sets and they built, all the props and all that kind of stuff and the puppets and stuff like that. Yeah, and the Creep Show trailer, I was on. I know you sent that to me, Mecca. What did you think of that?
I didn't watch it. I didn't look at it.
You didn't look at it? Yeah, I mean, it's probably the least of I how do I put this? I'm not insulted by it because Creep Show is one of those shows like Tales from the Crypt and Twilight Zone, or it could work as a show like that. So I'm fine with that. It's got that what's the EC horror comics?
Yeah, EC was the big, it was Tales from the Crypt, Vault of Horror, Haunt of Fear. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's in that vein. So I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll come up with some cool stuff there.
I just hate modern horror so much because it's so dark.
The CGI shit in the dark and noisy and
yeah, for me, like modern horror isn't as horror was always fun when it was more cartoony and comical and fake. Because like I don't want to actually be disturbed.
Yeah, well, too bad the new Child's Play pretty much sucked because otherwise it was one of the best horror movies I've seen in a while. It's just sucks as a Child's Play movie. I mean, seriously, that's what holds it down is that you have Chucky in it and it's called Child's Play, and you keep having to calling back to the fact that it's a Child's Play movie. If it was anything else, if it was just a robot or a different doll that actually you could see a 12-year-old be interested in, like Alexa, how Alexis is connected to everything. That's kind of what Chucky is. They could have, really played with that, pun intended, but they didn't. And it's just sad that they had to waste this opportunity. I like this. I don't know. Anyway, moving on. Was there anything else to discuss?
I'm trying to find what else. There was so much. I'm sure we've covered it. We just forgot.
Too.
Do you guys have anything?
Yeah, anything out there in the chat that you guys want to hear us talk about that you may have not heard us talk about yet?
The Witcher trailer. Did you watch? I mean, or I think we watched it on the last.
We talked about that one, yeah. What other trailers dropped? There was a couple more, wasn't there? We may have talked about them all.
Oh, let's see. It was It, The Witcher, Jane, Silent Bob, Cats.
We talked about all those, yeah.
Yeah, we talked about those on Friday, I want to say. Terminator, of course. Oh man, there's just so much stuff that dropped at Comic-Con. What was going on today at Comic-Con? Nothing, or
I think there's a few things. I know they showed the new Harley Quinn series trailer. Sure there's I was trying to get Robert Meyer in here, but he's still out there doing stuff, so I couldn't get him on. So I'm sure there's still something going on. I haven't seen too much pop up yet, though. So yeah, I double checked here just a second ago. So yeah, unless has the chat caught up with us yet? Let's see here. Yeah, we did cover Marina Sirtis is going to be on, and so we did cover that. Chris Persia. Oh wait, Barry Marina who? Oh yeah, you did a video about her criticizing fans. That's right.
Marina Sirtis. Yeah, she was. I don't know. I think it might have been a little bit more of her being an airhead. But what else? What's she do now?
No, I think that he's just bringing up that fact.
Oh, appearing in Picard.
Yeah, that since she's the one who said something. I know it has nothing to do with Comic-Con, but fucking Blomkamp had to tease us again with another RoboCop picture. Fucker. Doesn't say nothing, just shows the bottom of the poster with all the credits from the original poster. So he's hinting at something. I picked it up last time when I got it the last, so maybe if I'll do another quick video if he drops anything later. But yeah, because that one did all right. I mean, I'm kind of keeping up with it. I have a feeling he's about to announce Peter Weller is going to be involved officially. That's my feeling. Anybody else has any other hints or questions or not questions, but guesses? Go ahead and let us know. But yeah, horror has been sucking lately, like Sean Strife said too. He's in agreement with you. It was okay, but
I think we're kind of in a renaissance here, or we're like right before a renaissance, because we're gonna have a lot of stuff that's terrible, and then all the stuff that's like just dying is going to collapse, and then we're gonna actually start getting some good stuff because of it. I think we're maybe like within the next couple of years, we're gonna see like probably even Marvel just say, you know, just lose a lot of its existing fans, Star Trek, Star Wars, all these properties, and we're gonna get new stuff coming up and taking its place, you know. Hopefully we're gonna get something good. I don't know. I'm so tired of bad. I'm so tired of bad stuff.
yeah, me too. And Thundercats host says DC was very quiet this Comic-Con. Well, they don't really have anything but stuff that's coming up for the streaming.
Right.
I mean, they don't have much for movies outside of Wonder. I'm surprised they didn't do a Wonder Woman. I'm surprised we didn't get a Wonder Woman trailer. I'm very surprised.
Why didn't we get one for the Joker? That's coming out soon.
And the Joker, yeah, I'm surprised we didn't get something for that too. That's a good point. Unless they're saving something for, I don't know if they have any of their own kind of conventions coming up, but yeah, DC was quite quiet this year. Warner Brothers pulled out a lot of their big shit at the last minute, I guess, was what Gary was saying. And that's where Star Trek come and swooped in and took over Saturday. I guess DC dropped, or well, I'm assuming it would have been the DC stuff. Warner Brothers dropped a bunch of their shit, I guess. So I don't know what the hell happened there. So I don't know if they were planning on doing something for Wonder Woman and Joker and just decided not to and had something else in mind, or what the deal was. I really don't know. If I find out more, though, I'll definitely let you guys know.
Yeah, because I'm with you. I think, well, between you, me, and Rob, we're all kind of pissed that Star Trek decided to go to Comic-Con instead of Star Trek Las Vegas, you know, the Star Trek convention that Star Trek fans like, which this kind of just further proves my point that Star Trek is now for people who don't like Star Trek. This is why they're going to Comic-Con instead of the Star Trek convention that they're probably not even aware exists at this point. I'm sure people, like, even though Alex Kurtzman's been there, I'm sure he doesn't even remember it, because that's how little they actually care about Star Trek. You know, they just
I get it. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well, no, I seen somebody comment. I was like, well, no, it's part of it so you can meet the blah, 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 and all that stuff. Yeah, but you got to pay extra to see any of them anyway half the time. Yeah. That's the problem. You're already paying X amount to get into the goddamn thing to begin with.
Oh, yeah, you're not. We're not going to be able to like meet anybody at Star Trek Las Vegas because
you got to pay more to meet them.
Autographs. So yeah, I mean.
First, and then like the other thing is like there's one thing I looked into it, and there's like one event where some of the ones that aren't as much to get their autograph and shit. I think they're all doing a thing together in one room at one night. You got to pay first to get into the room, I think, and then you got to pay for each individual one after that.
Yeah, well, and I think we just get in with our tickets. The way our tickets are set up, we can get in.
Yeah, it lets you in, but then I think the ones that we got, we were able to get in without paying. I think you got to pay, I think, to get into it though. But anyway,
well, that's just the dance. Like I don't think I have to pay for any.
No, this was for what? No, this was for some other banquet thing or whatever, where it's actually going to have a few of the stars there for meet and greet and autographs.
Oh, yeah, I can't get into that.
You have to pay whatever to get in, and then you have to pay each person you want an autograph from is like 40 or whatever amount they say. I think it's at a minimum of 40.
Yeah. So we aren't even going to be meeting anybody at Star Trek Las Vegas unless we happen to run across them like in the hall somewhere or at dinner or something. Right? That's the only way we're going to actually get to talk to anybody out there.
Yeah. it's gonna be. Well, that's the thing that pisses us off because now they've dropped all this other shit the
Mhm.
week before or a week and a half before or whatever.
It's like they did it to spite us, knowing that we're all going to be at Star Trek Las
If we
Vegas.
were more popular, I would believe it, but it's really no. It was because they saw the opportunity and they seized it. San Diego Comic Con's a bigger event, bigger eyes.
Exactly, and it's just it's disgusting. Yeah, I've got the copper. You guys got the gold at least, or no? You got the captain's chair ones.
You got the captain's chair ones, yeah.
But I think I might steal your captain's chair day that first day if you've got the tickets and they don't put.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Yeah, the very first day. Yeah, I think we should.
That
Yeah,
Wednesday,
you
because
and
we're all
I.
not going to be there until like 6 that night. So you
Yeah.
and I will be there. So we'll have
But
to.
I don't know if they'll just do like a wristband situation or what they'll do. So we'll have to see. So, anyway, but all right. We should probably wrap this up anyhow.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, and
think
they're gonna have like everything scheduled like that day before, I want to say.
Right. Yeah, we won't find shit out. That's what it says right on the thing, like the week of, the day before or whatever. Anyway, I think I don't know if we're gonna go live on the main channel or what's going on there yet. So stay tuned for that possibility. Everybody's gone and around and running around, so I have no idea what the fuck's going on anymore. Anyway, if you like what we do here, be sure to hit that like button. Make sure you're subscribed and the bell icon is clicked because YouTube likes to unclick that for you, folks. If you're not careful. Be sure to check us out on Patreon, subscribe, star, all that good stuff. Rob's got his own channel, Robot Shlomo. Check out all our friends in the Phantom Menace and beyond. Definitely check out the Burnett Work and Nerdrotic and Doomcock and all those guys out, of course. Mecca. For those out there in the audience who may not have already subscribed to you, which I doubt any of these lovely people out here already haven't. But if they haven't, tell them where they can find you.
I'm Mecha Random 42. I have a couple subscribers over on YouTube, trying to build my channel. And yeah, I've been talking about Star Trek. I've been talking about the Thor stuff. I've been talking Dark Crystal and all the stuff. Most of the time, it's wow. There's not a what am I doing? I'm slacking. I don't have a Captain Marvel video there for. I thought I was so obsessed with her. According to all the death threats I've been getting, where are all the Captain Marvel videos? Huh? Where are they?
There's hundreds of them.
Yeah, there's just hundreds of them all over my channel. Like you see one or two, but definitely check out my stuff because apparently all I make is Captain Marvel videos.
There's a few of those I haven't watched.
Well, yeah, and there's and of course now we're going to be getting the CBS people who are going to be like, oh, you're just fake news and you're saying Star Trek was canceled. And to those people, I say, if you are so stupid that you believe the headline of the video and don't watch it, no. I know people keep saying that. I was like,
Midnight's Edge never once said Star Trek Discovery was canceled. We never said Picard was canceled.
I have a question mark on my thing. I'm like, oh, is it canceled? They're not telling us anything. What's going on? And so there's a lot of CBS trolls out there. There's a lot of the Discovery fanboys who are easily manipulated by the marketing, who are going to tell people a lot of things that we said Star Trek was canceled. And while we have the video evidence there, we have it all right there. And if we actually did, they're more than welcome to clip it and say that we actually 100% confirmed it. But since they don't, just keep that in mind. They never have the evidence to back anything up. They never, and a lot of the times they're either very, very dumb people who are easily manipulated by the marketing people or marketing people themselves who just don't care. And usually the ones that are really brutal, that insult you, are the ones who are paid just to do that. And, then there's some crazy people who are obsessed and stalk your channels too. And I'm seeing that on my Twitter feed right now, that there's somebody still going after me from October. So yay. I love that, blocking these people doesn't mean they go away, but sorry to get off on a tangent there. But yeah, I talk about a lot of stuff. Go check out my channel.
All right. So be sure to check out Mecha Random's channel. Oh, I forgot to get your theme song up here.
Captain April got jumped on because we're pro Mecha video. Thank you, Captain April. I'm sorry you're getting jumped on. They're just we're going to see that for the next few weeks. So this is why I'm probably not going to be reading a lot of the comments for the thing. And well, I've got like the breed
Yeah.
trolls blocked. Like I've got maybe 300 or 400 of those blocked. I've got most of the discovery trolls blocked as well. So I'm gonna try and just say fuck them, fuck the trolls, right? Fuck the haters, and hashtag boob windows, right?
Boob windows.
Yeah,
That's
hashtag
what
boob window.
All right, folks. Until next time, keep it real, stay safe, all that good stuff. It's not the same without Rob to take it out. I know. I'm not the same. I don't have the same energy. That's because Tom's just beat down by the world. Everybody says I sound like sad dad.
I think I'm exhausted.
Take care, everybody. Have a good weekend.
We're all sad and tired.
Hashtag boom window. I had a long weekend. It's more so
Yeah.
I just had a long weekend. Take care, everyone.